So among all the cool returning Pokemon we can find in the Indigo Disc Blueberry Academy, Meloetta is also here. Okay, but why? Well, first of all, let's figure out how to catch it, because there really isn't a designated way to begin the event or even a character who tells you about Meloetta specifically. Around the school you'll find some of the students talking about some of these strange occurrences in the terrarium. At night, this one student will tell you that he was once walking in the meadows when a breeze blew in from nowhere. He also mentions he heard some singing. During the day, one girl will tell you that there's this one spot down in the terrarium's meadows where there's always a breeze blowing. She thinks it'd be fun to go spin around in the wind. And also the girl next to her gives a tutorial on how to spin just in case the player needs it. Alright, so looking at the map, the only places that could be considered meadows are one or two places in the canyon biome, or most of the coastal biome, which makes a lot of sense. Flying to one of the outdoor classrooms over there, there's a breezy meadow not far off that has a specific spot by this one plant in the middle, where you can very clearly see the wind spinning around in a spiral. Also, the music gets quiet when you stand here and you hear the wind a lot more. So the only thing left to do is spin like your alchemy's life depends on it. Now that we've spun and gotten dizzy to appeal to Meloetta's pirouette form, apparently we need to play some music for the aria form, which we can do through the camera app. This point I got stuck until I just started shifting through the filters and it was the sepia filter that made something happen. I'm guessing because it makes it look old because of the RELIC song, maybe? And speaking of which, the music playing also changes to the RELIC song as Meloetta appears. And then after that we can approach it and enter a battle in order to capture it. This whole event is so good, it has this air of mystery to it with all the hints that are left throughout the game, and some of the signature Pokemon wackiness of just doing things for seemingly no reason that sounds like a totally made up rumor. I'm glad that in the current games they're also coming up with ways to add in previous mythical Pokemon right into the game rather than relying on distributions. But it did get me wondering, why even is Meloetta here? This is taking place in the artificial landscape of the Blueberry Academy. Normally the Pokemon here are curated and chosen as a means of giving students experience. There's no way that was the case with Meloetta, with this Pokemon being a mythical that we don't see too much about. Aside from one event in Black and White where it can learn RELIC song when brought to a cafe, the most we learn about this Pokemon is from the anime. Now I'm not saying that the events surrounding Meloetta in the anime are canon to the main series games, because it was a guardian of the reveal glass alongside ancient people in the abyssal ruins, basically being some kind of queen of Atlantis, but I think it showing up in an underwater location could be a reference to that. In the anime we also see that it's able to become invisible and follows around the main characters for a while unbeknownst to them. So maybe it just wandered into the academy following some of the students and found a nice and peaceful place to relax. Then again, I'm not sure how much we could explain away some of the fantastical Pokemon appearing here when the legendaries show up because they smell a tasty snack. At this point, maybe ease of access outweighs the lore consistency. But if you have any ideas as to what Meloetta is doing here and if you've caught it already, leave a comment below. Like I said, I'm a huge fan of wacky shenanigans behind actually making it appear. Much better than tracking down a bunch of footprints like Keldeo, but it's also really fun to try figuring out with some of the mystery. Anyway, I should probably get back to my classes here at the Blueberry Academy. I think we'll be here for a while. Thank you to every channel member for your continued support, especially the great Gators. Alex Switz, Cheeseburger Lasers, Cryptic Games, DeAndre, Dunkachino II, Jen Eric, It's Mr. 800, Justin Dowes, Justin R, Cosmo Zero, Mazhar Siddiqui, Meme Supreme, Nomad Nobi, Phantom, Pio the Genius, Quago, Savion Washington, Sean, Taijirai, Volity, and Pastel Blood. If you would like to support, get a shout out here as well as access to emotes for comments, live streams, and sometimes early videos, you can become a channel member today. You can also follow me on Twitter for more memes and Twitch for more streams. Anyway, this is GatorX, and I'll catch you all later.
Mewtwo EX, Keldeo EX, Lugia EX, Victini EX, Darkrai EX, Pokemon Trading Card Game, Black and White Legendary Treasures, in stores now. Each booster pack of 10 cards sold separately. Cards vary by pack.